And clearly, a lot of Nigerians love your anti-corruption and being critical of the establishment. My only serious issue with you, that's main one anyway, is the fact that your security policy seems to be lacking for one, because I prefer leaders that um, our nation has never been secure, and we've had a very low security posture till now. And when they ask you about your security policies, you talk about bringing mercenaries into the country when we have over almost 100 million youths in the country that can be trained to protect their own homeland. In history, all the countries that use mercenaries, they don't use them within their territories, except they are in a serious war that they are losing. That's when they start deploying mercenaries. For the fact that you are supposed to be the emblem of the youth, fighting for the youth for decades now, and the first thing you do for security is to give foreigners jobs and pay them our money to come and kill our people. I find that astounding, because I see our people, women, parents crying at schools because their children have been kidnapped. I have seen young men want to take guns for military soldiers to chase bandits into the forest because they feel that they need to defend their country. And for you to say, every time they ask you about your security policy, you say that you want to bring foreigners into our country to come and kill our own people. This is the mistake our forefathers made, and it seems that you don't have an eye in history. So please explain to me why bringing foreigners into our country is a good thing.
All right,
Well,
thank you.
thank you very much, forefathers. And I have said this with caveat that if necessary, that's my caveat. Before I go forward, your Nigerian security, uh, the army, the police, whomever is armed in Nigeria protecting your country, they are mercenaries. Quote me, they are mercenaries of different interest groups. And they are killing your people, they are killing my people. Mercenaries. On my way to Benue, where I am, we met a group of soldiers on the way, and they blocked the way. I mean, it's a two-way road. They blocked the way because they are passing, and they were beating up our driver because he was a lead driver. I came out of the car and said, "You have no right to touch my driver." I introduced myself as a presidential candidate. The response of the soldier is that he'll kill me, he'll waste all of us, and nothing will happen. Only mercenaries talk like that. Are you getting my point? But it is not true that the only security project, manifesto I have is master. That's not true. We discussed the three ways we want to resolve the security problems, that we will train our own security, professionalize them, pay them very well. We talked about deploying technology to boost security. We talked about collaboration. We talked about intelligence gathering. And we also talked finally about social security, both for workers and non workers, because that's where our problem came in the first place. We talked about security that can be boosted with tackling climate change. Some of our problems came from the problem of climate change in the Lake Chad region. So I
Sorry
know.
for
So
interrupting. Do you notice
yeah,
that our military is relatively very strong, very small compared to
your
all
military,
international
you,
countries?
your military is a mercenary to the elites in Nigeria. Put me anywhere. The only time they were strong was when they were doing mercenary work in Liberia and Sierra Leone, when they were not under the control of your real military generals. It was the United Nations was involved, others were involved, they were being paid in dollars. What military are you talking about that is strong? If your military
I'm
is
talking about the
relatively
size
strong,
of our military is very small compared to other countries. Have you noticed
exactly,
that?
exactly. Yes, it's very
Are you
small
looking to fix that? Are
because
you
the
looking to increase the size of the military?
that's what you should listen, because I think you just heard one thing, you picked it up, and you won't let me talk even now that you
No,
have me in
sorry,
front of you.
sorry. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to get the
So
point
the
out.
size of the militaries, of course, compared to the population, is too small. But I'm not also trying to create a police state, because I know our military. What we need to do is to remove military who are doing useless jobs. There are military men on the streets of Abuja who are controlling traffic. They are helping people to organize rice at parties. When you remove them from those jobs, there will be enough, almost enough military, and then you expand the existing military and ensure that they do what military men do. Restore police to do law enforcement that is internal in nature. You understand? There are 350,000 policemen manning 200 million people. That's relative. That's very, very small. Our military is less than, I think there are about 144,000 military men in the Nigerian army, about 50,000 Air Force men, some 20,000 naval officers in the country. I agree with you, it's too small. So, as a stopgap measure, I'm saying if I can get help somewhere else to stop the bleeding, that's the only part where conversation about mercenaries came into being. But I'll tell you that our military, the kind of loyalty they have, their allegiance, is not to the country, it's to cabals. That's why I call them mercenaries too. Your military is not supposed to be killing Southeasterners who are engaging in peaceful protest, no matter how you see it. It's supposed to be police job. But as I'm talking to you, in Ebonyi State, military is burning down people in their houses every night. Is that a strong military or a rogue military? Or a military
It's
that
a
sees a
stressed
presidential camp?
military. It's a stressed military. That's what it
Yeah,
Forefathers.
is.
well,
One soldier to 2,000 citizens. You are going to be
yes.
stressed if they gave you that kind of job.
So stress makes you kill innocent people. Go and say that at the International Criminal Court that you are stressed out
It
as
does.
your yes as your own defense of killing innocent people, of burning down villages internally in your country, of opening fire on innocent citizens. That is not an excuse. It would never be an excuse. I would never accept it as a head of state and president of Nigeria. I want a military that works to protect the territorial integrity of Nigeria, not to kill people within the territory of Nigeria. That is why
Then
I'm
recruit
telling you
the
that they act as mercenaries. Let me tell you, wait. You can find military men tonight if you have little money to go and kill for you. By tomorrow, the person is dead. That is not the military formation that you should be arguing about, and antagonizing me for. I have been involved in this country now for 30 solid years, dealing with the army, the police, and all sundry military people. Don't come online and be justifying brutality by saying that they are stressed out. I'm
I'm
stressed out
saying that you
too,
need to recruit
but I've not
more
killed anybody. I'm
to
stressed out.
stop